At 5:21 in the afternoon, the government sent Anthropic one letter. By that night, Fable 5, the most powerful model you could actually use, was gone. Gone for everyone, all at once. Right now, everyone's fighting about whose fault it is, the government or Anthropic's. Here's the part that actually touches you. You never owned the model, you were renting it, and the landlord just changed the locks. So I'm not here to pick a villain. 3 things instead. What actually got shut off, because nobody seems to agree, what's real and what's noise. And the one that matters, what you can actually own. So the next time someone pulls the plug, you are not starting from zero. What actually got shut off sounds like the easy part. It isn't. Go look at the comments under any video about this. One person swears Anthropic banned everyone. The next says, no, it's only for foreign users. Someone's sure all of Claude is down, and every one of them sounds completely certain. Nobody says the quiet part. When something moves this fast, the noise beats the facts. The hot takes go up before anyone reads what actually happened. So that's what I'll fix first. The facts in order straight from the source. After that, you can take any hot take you've heard and check it yourself. Okay, what actually happened? At 5:21 in the afternoon, Anthropic got a directive from the US government. Not a request, an order. Under export control law. That's the rule you normally use to keep weapons and military tech from crossing the borders. And this didn't come from a Trump tweet. It came from the Commerce Department in a letter signed by the secretary himself. Anthropic said out loud that they disagree with it. They just had to comply. The order named 2 models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5. The same model underneath, Mythos with the safety off, and Fable, the public version with it on. Opus, Sonnet, the Claude you've used all year, still on. So Claude instead is just noise. One family went dark, the rest are fine. And it wasn't only foreign users either. The order was about foreign access, but Anthropic couldn't cleanly tell who's who. So the only way to comply was to shut it off for everyone. American or not, if you had it, it's gone. So why those 2 and not the rest? Because they are the newest and most powerful. The government said they found a jailbreak. Here's that jailbreak in Anthropic's words. You ask the model to read some code and find and fix the flaws in it. That's it. That's coding. The thing the model is built to do. And Anthropic points out the same ability is already in other models you can use right now, including GPT 5.5, which leaves one strange question hanging. If the scary capability is already out there, in a model nobody's switching off, why this one? Quick ones first, then the question that matters. Is it coming back? Well, nobody really knows. Anthropic says they are working on it, but there is no date. Just use a VPN? Well, no, it's not a country block, it's blocked everywhere. Refund? You can ask. Some people say they only got part back, so check the details before you click. Marketing stunt? Probably not. Nobody apologizes to their paying customers for a stunt. Is this the end of the world? Probably nah. The economy was fine last week, and one model going offline doesn't change that. Okay, so the one question that actually matters. Why this model? So let's separate what we actually know from what people are guessing. So why this model? Honestly, nobody really knows. But you don't need the motive to sort the theories. Some have evidence and some are just vibes. What we know, Anthropic and the government had been at odds since last summer. A defense deal blew up over military use. The Pentagon banned defense contractors from using Claude, and then Anthropic sued. That's not a theory, that's the timeline. And it's almost too perfect. 2 days before the shutdown, Anthropic's own CEO had published an essay arguing the government should have more power to block dangerous AI models. 2 days later, the government used that exact power on his. Two things can be true. They pushed for this kind of control, and using it over something every other AI already does is hard to defend. Then the noise. A stock move before they go public. A favor to Elon. No evidence. Just stories that feel good if you kind of already hate the company. Even a former Trump official called the whole thing, quote, cartoonish. When the insiders can't explain it as well, you are not behind either. So the real question isn't why this happened. It's what you're left holding when it does. So, what's left when they pull the plug? That's the part you actually control. Here's the menu. Easy to advanced. Fastest fix today. Opus didn't get shut off. Still there, still good, use it. But that's still renting. If you want something that's actually yours, keep going. Level 1, the big one thing everyone can do. Stop building locked to a model. Build your system, the processes, the prompts, the flow. Build it so you can swap the engine underneath. If your work only runs inside one company's app, that's not a system. That's a subscription. That's essentially what Fable just taught all of us for free. Kind of. There are open models you can run from anywhere. DeepSeek, Qwen, Kimi. Cheap, and nobody shuts them off with a letter. Got the hardware. Run one on your own machine. Nobody ever takes that away. Now the honest part. This is where people sell you smoke. None of this is as smart as Fable was. Anyone who says just run a local model and you are set is full of shit. The real intelligence still lives in the big models, the ones you don't control. So this isn't replace Fable, it's don't get stranded when the next one vanishes. Resilience, not replacement. You don't really get to choose which model disappears next. But what's still standing when it does, that part's yours. So build like the plug can get pulled because it just did. This channel does one thing, sort hype from real. Subscribe if that's useful. And tell me in the comments what's your fallback when the plug gets pulled.